Stress equals visceral fat. Stress equals abdominal fat. Even possibly outside of just visceral fat, just abdominal fat in general might be associated with stress. So how do we reduce stress? The first thing I would say is between 300 and 500 milligrams of magnesium per day. Magnesium can lower cortisol, and it can do so by occupying what is called the NMDA receptor. So it can actually block some of this stress response that is normally coming into the NMDA receptor that is now being blocked or occupied by magnesium. Magnesium is known for having a calming, relaxing effect, and it certainly can suppress cortisol levels to a certain degree. Magnesium directly impacts what's called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. So it can impact adrenaline when we don't really want adrenaline. We want adrenaline when we're working out. We want adrenaline when we're fasting to a certain point, but we don't want it all the time, especially when we're eating. We always say that cortisol and like food at the same time are not a good happy marriage. Cortisol is going to be pro-storage when food's really in the equation. Cortisol is going to be pro-fat burning when food's not in the equation. And if cortisol binds to these receptors in the abdomen at a certain time, it's going to increase what is called lipoprotein lipase, which increases the affinity of fat accumulation. A little bit of magnesium, ways to down-regulate. It's not as exciting to say, but some breath work, like actually dedicating nasal breathing. When I had Brian McKenzie on this channel, he really blew my mind. And I know this is like stuff you probably want to fast forward through, but take 5 minutes and just breathe through your nose without opening your mouth. And watch what happens to your sympathetic nervous system. It comes down, you become more parasympathetic, you're relaxed, and it all starts there. Number 7 is something that I've talked about in other videos, and that is pre-game your meals with protein.